Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, thanks for joining me. Today's video is going to be a first impressions full face of Ulta collection. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. I've never really seen anybody talk about the Ulta collection of makeup. It's the house brand for Ulta, and it's just called Ulta Collection. Pretty much the same way the house brand for Sephora is the Sephora Collection. I've seen plenty of people review Sephora Collection stuff, but not a whole face of Ulta Collection. So I really wanted to try it. I haven't tried any of these. I'm not going to have a huge introduction on this. It's pretty much what it is. I'm going to do a first impressions. I'm going to put all this on my face. All of this is going on my face. And I'm just going to give you my thoughts as I'm putting things on. Without further ado, we're just going to get right into this. And at the end of the day, I'm going to give you an update on how everything wore and my kind of last minute review thoughts on it at the end of the day. So without further ado, let's just get right into this. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to just jump right in. My face is clean and moisturized. So I'm just gonna go straight in with the primer. The primer that I picked up from Ulta is the Ulta Beauty Matte Face Primer, oil-free, pore refining. And this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go in with a light hand with this because I don't know exactly how this is gonna work for me. But that's what first impressions are about, right? Okay, so yeah, it feels kind of thick and dimethicone-y, like if you've ever used the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, it feels like that. Almost feels like turns into like a powder on your face. It feels okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. There were a few different foundations they had. This is the one that had the better reviews on it. It's the Ulta Demi Matte Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 20. Oil-free, fragrance-free, paraben-free. And I got mine in the color cream. It was kind of hard to color match in the store because lighting in stores like that just kind of sucks. So cross your fingers for me. Let's hope it matches. Now I'm going to use, I know in the last video I said I never use brushes to apply liquid foundation, but I just bought an Artiste brush and I see what the hype is about. It's amazing. So I'm going to try applying with this, see how it goes. And if it's not that great, I have a beauty blender on hand to use that instead. So let's go in with this. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand. Okay, the pump really sucks. I'm having a hard time getting product out. This is thick. This is thicker than a Snicker. Look at it. It's like not even moving. It's really thick. And I'm hoping, oh God, I hope this matches. This was like the closest that I could get, so I'm not, we'll find out momentarily. I'm just gonna kind of dot this everywhere, and I'm gonna try to go as quickly as possible because I have no idea how fast this dries, so. Okay, so as of right now, my opinion on this foundation is it looks nice. It's like I said, it's definitely a demi matte formula. It looks nice, went on really well, blended without a problem using the Artiste brush. I mean, it took me like maybe 2 seconds to kind of blend everything in. The color is slightly off on me. It's a little more yellow than I would like it to be. I'm sure it's not showing up like that on film, but I'm looking in another mirror. I'm looking in this mirror, and it looks just a tiny bit yellow. It's settling a little bit for me. I have smile lines right here. It's settling just a little bit there, but that's kind of a common problem for me. Most foundations settle a little bit into those lines no matter what I do. So this isn't too bad. I like the finish. I like the way it went on, and it blended really well. So an SPF 20 is good, you know. The next thing I'm gonna go in with is the concealer, and this is called the, everything's gonna say Ulta, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer Waterproof. And I got mine in the shade Light Warm. So this is what it looks like. I'm not sure, there's the front of it. And yeah, it says Light Warm, but you can't read it. So let's just go in. I'm gonna apply a small amount first because I have no idea how this works. I've never used it before. So I think the color is okay. And I'm only gonna do one eye at a time because I have no clue how fast this dries. Okay, so this is called full coverage. I disagree with that statement. But you know, it's kind of hard because I think most of us, we compare everything to Tarte Shape Tape and like the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. We compare everything to that. And if it doesn't have that level of coverage, like, it's not full coverage. What are you talking about? But, you know, we're gonna try to go in with a little bit more and see how I do with that. It is definitely covering up my dark circles. Okay, putting a little bit more on definitely helped. It's blending out really easy. I'm not having a problem with that. It might have been a tiny bit lighter than I should have gotten, but again, it was hard to tell the color in the store without a tester. Ooh, this is cracking on me something awful and creasing like immediately. Okay, that's problematic. I'm gonna put concealer under the other eye and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done the other eye, and I can tell you exactly what I think about this concealer. I don't like it. It is making my under eye look so dry. I'm gonna try and see if you can see it. It's so dry looking under here. It's like cracking on me on both sides. This one's even worse. Look at that. I never have that problem. Never. So this is like really drying out my, I don't even want to say it feels dry. Like my under eyes don't feel tight or anything, but it's making it look like the Sahara Desert under my eyes. So I'm gonna have to try to make this work. I'm not crazy about it. Not a fan. I am gonna try to set it, even though I'm just hoping that if I set it with a little bit of a setting spray and some powder, that like maybe that'll work. I'm not even sure what powder to use for this. I'm gonna go into my Coty Airspun because I don't know what else to do. Pretty much nothing I do at this point is gonna make my under eye look better because it's so dry. Oh, good Lord. Not happy at all. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to work with that. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on. Okay, so next things next is this situation, the eyebrow situation. I picked up Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in dark brown. I mean, it looks pretty promising. You got a nice spoolie on one end, right? Nice spoolie on one end, and this is very thin, very, very thin. That's what it looks like. I don't go into doing crazy brows. I don't like the spoolie. I can tell you that right now. I don't like the spoolie. I'm not into doing those crazy, like, architectural looking brows. I just kind of follow my natural lines and just fill in where I need to fill in. So I'm not, you know, it doesn't need to do like those. This doesn't need to make me an Instagram brow is what I'm trying to say. So. Okay, it's definitely depositing color really, really easily. I would suggest you go in with a really light hand with this because it's just like, it's really pigmented and it comes off really, really easily, like without any pressure at all. So just be aware of that if you decide to try this out. I'm not mad at this. I don't like the spoolie. It like hurts. It's a little painful, this spoolie. But the color is matching really nicely with my natural brow hairs, and I'm able to create like little strokes of hair, which is really nice. All right, this isn't bad. I give this my approval. I like it. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish this brow up and I'm gonna do the other one off camera and then we'll continue from there. Okay, so brows are done. Small side note, the other thing I really like about this is, you know, like with the Anastasia the Brow Wiz, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, the It Cosmetics, like those types of ones where they have the same cap on each end, and if you're not paying attention, you put the wrong cap on the wrong end and you wind up breaking off some of the product. I really appreciate that this is clear and this is brown, so you never put the wrong cap on the wrong end. Small thing, but I like it. The next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna kick this bake off. I was gonna leave it on just in case the eyeshadow I use has fallout, but I can't. I'm like concerned for the well-being of my under eyes. So I'm just gonna kick it off. Oh, it's horrible. It's so bad. It's so dry looking. Holy shit, I look like I'm 90. That might be the worst concealer I have ever used in my life. Okay, next, we're gonna move on to the eyes. This is the Rose Gold 12-piece eyeshadow palette. Oddly enough, this, and there's a matte one, there's a one that's just all mattes, and there's also one that's more of like golds instead of rose gold, it's like gold. These have really good ratings online, so I'm curious to try this out. Does it come with a stupid brush? Oh, it's not stupid, okay. It's like a real, they give you like a real brush, and it feels nice. Thank you, Ulta. That usually doesn't happen with these things. You usually wind up with those rinky-dink things that you just want to burn. So this is, oh, it's so pretty in the sunlight. This is what the palette looks like. I'm gonna try to get it in the sun so you can see how sparkly it is. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the whole top row are shimmers, the whole bottom row are mattes. I'm gonna try to go in and do something fairly simple. I'm just gonna do one eye on camera, one eye off camera. So I'm gonna try to do something fairly simple so we can just kind of give this the benefit of the doubt and not go crazy with an eye look I'm not comfortable doing. Okay, so I am gonna go in, oh, that's fun. The name of this eyeshadow is Bubbles. I'm gonna go in with Bubbles, which is this color right here. Not sure if it's showing up in with the sunlight, but it's like it's a very, very pale pink. It's actually really, really pretty. And I'm just gonna throw this right into the crease. Okay, these are a bit powdery, but good pigmentation. Yeah, there's a nice amount of kickback on that. But the pigmentation seems pretty damn good. I mean, this is a very light shade, so it's a little difficult for me to tell. So I'm just gonna put that in as my transition shade, so it's easier for me when I put other shades on top of it. Next thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna go in with Breathless, which is kind of like a mauve-y brown. I'm gonna go in with that directly into the crease. There's a lot of kickback up on these. Directly into the crease. So I'm just gonna go right in here and bring it in. Windshield wiper motions, people. Personally, for me, powdery eyeshadows don't bother me. I know they bother a lot of other people, but if the pigmentation is there and if they blend really well, I don't care if it has a lot of kick up. It doesn't bother me. But if it bothers you, there is a lot of kick up out of this. So just letting you know. I'm really liking the buildability of the shadows so far. I'm not sure you can see that. It's just building up really nicely, blending really nicely, so I'm a fan of that. That's good. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with Sweetheart. So you have Breathless here. This one's called Desert. I'm going one over. It's hard to tell in my lighting, but this one is a little bit darker than this one, so that's what I'm gonna go in with. An even smaller, flattened kind of crease brush, I'm gonna go in with that and try to deepen up the outer edge and bring it in a little. Oh, yes, very nice. That's nice, I like. I think the pigmentation on these is really good. It's not, listen, it's not a Natasha Denona palette, it's an Ulta palette. But I think this is really good quality for what you're paying. Now I'm gonna go in with one of these shimmery shades. Okay, so I'm gonna try this without any setting spray first just to see how pigmented and how well it lays down. If I feel like I wanna intensify it more, then I'll spray it down and we'll go from there. But I'm gonna go in with Hopeless Romantic, which is this shade right here, that one. Cross your fingers. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to wet this because a lot came off on the brush, but it's not coming off as anything on, so I'm just gonna give that a spray and dip in. Oh, it's like turning into a cream as I'm dipping into it, so that makes me feel hopeful. Much better. I picked these two up in case, because I kind of knew, in case the shimmery shadows didn't look that great in the pan, I picked up two singles, and these are called glitter eye top coats. I got one in Fairy Princess, so pretty, and the other one I got is in Glitz Girl. So one's like a gold and one's like a frosty color. I'm gonna go in with this gold color, and I'm gonna use my finger because I'm not sure how this is gonna apply, so I'm just gonna use my finger. That is glittery AF. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other eye off camera because I think this is about as good as it's gonna get, and then I will come back and we'll move on from there. Okay, so off camera I did the other eye, and I also powdered my face. That's the one thing I didn't pick up was a setting powder for my face. So I used my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores to set down the foundation. I also tried to go in and do an inner corner highlight using that palette. And my first impressions on this is the mattes are really good. This bottom row of mattes are really good. The shimmers are not. I'm not a fan of them. I don't think they don't do what you expect them to do. I had to use a ton of setting spray to wet my brush to get them to even like halfway work with me. So they do sell a whole palette that's just mattes. I kind of wish I had just picked that one up and picked up something else, but this is good. It's okay. I don't love it. The mattes are really good. I would suggest instead of picking this up, if you were interested, to pick up just the mattes palette, because the shimmers, no, just no. And it makes me sad because they were so pretty in here. No. I picked up two different bronzers because I wasn't sure. I picked up the Ulta Matte Bronzer in Warm, which looks a little something like this. Maybe it's better in the sunshine. Let me see if I can swatch it for you. We'll do it right here on my arm. This is what it looks like on the Ulta Beauty Baked Bronzer, Wet to Dry Buildable Radiance. Now this is shimmery as fuck. I'm kind of like, why did I pick this up? I like shimmery, sheeny bronzers that give you a little bit of kind of like all over glow, but this is like really, look at it in the sun, it's like really shimmery. So I'm just gonna pick up my bronzer brush, and I'm just gonna hope that this isn't like the worst color in the world on me. Again, runny nose. And I'm gonna go in with a really light hand because I have no idea how pigmented this is gonna show up on my skin. So I'm just gonna kind of, like, I barely touched it. Actually, this isn't bad. It's blending out nicely. I like the coloring on me. It is on the warm side. Again, very powdery, a lot of kickback. Not a huge problem for me, but if you don't like products that have a ton of kickback, you might not like a lot of the stuff that Ulta sells in their collection. I'm gonna chance fate here. Jamie, you're gonna regret it. I'm gonna use this super crazy shimmery bronzer. I'm gonna try to pick it up on a big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna like dab into it once or twice, kick off the excess. My cat just jumped up on the windowsill. I don't know what, if you mess with my tripod, buddy, we're gonna have an issue. So I'm just gonna like graze my face with this. Oh God, oh God. Get off there. You're gonna ruin my video. What I'm gonna do is move on to blush. I tried to pick the safest color I could find. This one's called Tiger Lily, and it's the Ulta Mineral Blush. And it's in the shade Tiger Lily. It looks pretty neutral in the pan, which is good. That's okay. This looks kind of like it looks like a neutral blush to me, but it also looks like it has a little bit of a peach undertone to it, so. And it's at a little bit of a sheen. Do you see anything? Because I'm not really seeing anything. This isn't blending out that great. It's also exaggerating my pores, which is funny because I don't really have a problem with my pores. So whenever a product that I'm using kind of does that to me, I'm like, well, you're accentuating something that normally I don't have a problem with. I don't hate this blush. I don't hate it. I'm just not crazy about it. It's okay. Let me fix my chair. Okay. So this is the Ulta Beauty Illuminator Sheer Radiant Finish. These, there were no testers. I could not swatch these, so I had to make my best guess on these. This is what it looks like, and it's in the color Pink Diamond. Everything else has been so powdery and had so much of a kickback that I'm like nervous about this. Let me swatch it. That's promising. It feels really velvety. This is it right here. It feels really velvety on my hand. So it's swatching out nice, but you never know, do you? Like, you could swatch something and it looks fantastic, and then you actually put it on your face and you're like, what the hell just happened? So let's give this a go. It's very peachy. This is very, I'm not sure if you can see it on the brush, but it's got a very peachy color to it, which I happen to like, so. Oh. Okay. All right. As you can see on camera, it's quite glowy. It's quite pretty. Here's my problem. This is picking up on a lot of texture, and I don't have a lot of texture. So again, this is like magnifying stuff that's not really a problem for me, but it's making it a problem. It's making things appear out of thin air. I have a mascara here. This is the mascara I picked up. It's the Twisted Volume Maximum Performance Mascara. This is what it looks like. And this is one of those fun ones that you can like customize. So you have the mascara wand here, which looks like this. It's kind of your typical, it's rubber, spikes, good, right? But you can click it, and I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it happening here. I'll do it in front of my face. And when you click it, it spirals everything. So I'm halfway distracted by my cat. Sawyer is his name, and he's just, please don't eat my brushes. This is kind of hard to twist. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a shot using it all the way twisted. So now the mascara wand is like twisted all the way. Like, how interesting is that? Let's see what happens. So, put the mascara on. I did put mascara on the lower lash line, and I untwisted the mascara wand to do that. It was a little difficult because the wand itself is so large that I had a little bit of a hard time coating the bottom lashes. Like, I didn't get them coated as well as I would like to. I only did one layer of mascara on each eye. I want to see like kind of how that holds up. But as of right now, I think it's a nice mascara. I mean, it's really black. It's like really, really dark. And I think it's fun that you have that kind of twisty uppy effect. So, okay, so the last but not least thing that we have to do here is lips. I picked up the Ulta Automatic Lip Liner in the color Flesh. I got a neutral, figuring that no matter which one I chose to use, if I had a natural lip liner on, that would be fine. So let me go ahead and put this on, and then we'll go in with the liquid lipstick. I have a new opinion on this. After trying to fill my lips in, this is what happened. It broke off because it is a little too dry. And in all honesty, a lot of times I will use lip liner under a liquid lipstick to help prevent my lips feeling like the Sahara Desert because it's a liquid lipstick. This is, like, it's very dry. I wish this was a little bit creamier. I am not going to use this ever again. I can tell you that right now. You know, especially when it breaks. And I wasn't even using a ton of pressure. I was just trying to fill in my lips. So anyway, we are going to move on to the matte lip cream. I'm really curious about this, so we're going to see what happens. So it comes out on kind of a different doe foot applicator. It's a bit longer and thinner than It's a bit longer and thinner than the traditional doe foot applicators that you see. Usually they're a little shorter than this and a little fatter, or they have like that little dip where they hold product in them. So I'm gonna go right in with this and we're gonna see what happens. And my Sawyer, stop it. It's not like liquidy. This actually feels, it feels slightly, I would say slightly whipped. It's all over my teeth. I would say almost slightly whipped is how it feels. It's not dried down yet, but if how it feels right now is any indicator, I almost feel like it feels super moisturizing. Right now, my first thoughts are that I really like the way this feels on my lips. It feels really good. I wound up picking up the Ulta Beauty Dewy Makeup Setting Spray. How cute is this? I got the little travel size. I was like, because I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not, and I didn't want to invest in the big bottle. So I got this one. Hopefully the spray is not horrible. And I'm gonna set the face down. Nope. No. Bad spray. It's got a bad mist on it. I gotta make sure I don't have dots all over my face now. No, I don't. That's actually surprising. The spray is not very even and it kind of spits at you, but it also smells like coconuts. It smells really good. It smells like a tropical drink. I'm surprised I'm not seeing any like big dots on my face that I need to, because it felt like that's what I was getting on my face. It's done a pretty good job of getting the powders down. And in case any of you are wondering the culprit of my distraction today, this is my cat Sawyer, and he's being a knucklehead. Say hi to everybody, and now say goodbye. It's a very big cat. Okay, so I'm gonna go about my day, take my hair out, and I have a couple errands I need to run, I have a couple things I need to do. I'm gonna go ahead and do those things and see how this makeup wears. So at the very end of the day, I'm gonna check back in with you guys and I will let you know my final thoughts on the Ulta collection of makeup. So I'll see you guys in a few. Okay guys, it is 9:20 at night, so I've had this makeup on now for 5 or 6 hours at this point. I apologize for the lighting. It's dark out, so I had to use like my lamp and a light bulb. So the makeup is, it's pretty good. I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of what I liked and what I didn't like. I actually do like the foundation. It broke up on me a little bit down here, but honestly, I really want to try this with the primer I normally use. I didn't really like the primer. It made my skin feel dry, and it subsequently made everything else that I put on my skin look dry. The eyeshadows, I really liked the mattes, didn't like the shimmers at all. The eyebrow pencil, really liked that, easy to use, not a problem. The concealer was terrible. I hated the concealer. I do like the mascara. I think it's fun to play around with that clicky thing that makes it, you know, twist. I think that's fun, and it's kept my lashes curled all day, which is not an easy feat. I did not like the blush. I loved the bronzer. I thought the bronzer was really good. Both of them were actually pretty good, so that was good. When I put the liquid lipstick on, I have not touched it up at all. I had dinner, I've been drinking water, I've been vaping, and this is what I'm left with on my lips. It's starting to wear on the inside, but it's stayed pretty much like this the entire time. It's not overly drying. It's pretty comfortable. I don't know how it layers because, like I said, I didn't touch it up for the sake of this video. I just wanted to see how long this would last. So I would recommend the liquid matte lipsticks from Ulta. They're pretty good. And I didn't like the highlighter. Obviously, you can still see it's on my face, so it's lasted a pretty long time on my face. It's just way too powdery. The biggest issue I had with the Ulta cosmetics from the Ulta collection is that everything had a lot of kick up and everything was was very, very powdery. And it wasn't too much of a problem with the bronzer. It really wasn't too much of a problem with the blush either. The blush just, I didn't like how much sparkle and sheen was in the blush. It was a little too much for me. And it wasn't really a problem with the eyeshadows. If you don't like kick up, you're not gonna like a lot of the powder products that they have in the Ulta collection. But the one where it really caused a problem for me was the highlighter. It was picking up on like my pores and texture, and that never happens to me because I don't really have those issues. So that's how I felt about that. The setting spray is pretty good. It smells like coconuts. I wish the spray was a little finer, but it didn't deposit any of those weird dots when a spray sprays big globs of water on your face. It didn't do that, so it's fine, and it did help to kind of bring the powders down on my face. So there's some hits and misses in the Ulta collection. Use your own discretion. I did like the foundation. I just want to give it another shot using a different primer and using different products. I think that that would give it more of a chance to shine as a good foundation. It's definitely a solid medium, and you could absolutely build it up to a full coverage foundation. So that being said, I think the Ulta collection overall, I think it's pretty good. You know, they do have some good products in there. You know, just like I said, use your own discretion, figure out what you like and what you don't. That's about it for me. I can't wait to take this off. It's late. I want to go to bed. And I have a lot of editing ahead of me, and the video is already still too long. It's going to wind up being like a 35-minute video, so I'm going to try to cut back as much as I can for you guys. But the reason why these run a little long when I'm doing a full face of first impressions is because I really want to give you the information that I think I would want if as a consumer and as a viewer on YouTube. I'm trying to give you as much information as possible so that if you do wind up going out and purchasing a product, you're as educated on it as you can be. I know that's what I look for. So I do apologize for the length of these videos, but at the same time, it's for a good reason. So I will try to bring the time down a little bit on this one for you guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much again for coming back and checking out this video. And if you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. It means the world to me, and it literally makes my day when I get a notification that a new person has subscribed to my channel. If there's anything else you guys want me to try on first impressions like this, if there's anything that you want to know something about, leave me comments below and let me know, and you know, maybe it's something that I can pick up and test out for you. Everybody have a great day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.